Gotta do some cleaning around the house. I don't like being lazy. But thankfully, the first baseball game that I was supposed to watch today, which is the Tigers and the Mariners, it was in a rain delay. I think it just started right about now, but just came back from running an errand, and when I walked through here, I saw how messy it was. There were a lot of leaves lying around, and so better to clean this up right now before I go inside, spend a few hours watching the baseball games. You've got the worm's eye view of me cleaning up the place. Hold on, there's a bunch of little leaves here. I know they're called leaves, but I don't want to leave them there. I swept those leaves to the corner of the porch for now. I'll deal with that tomorrow. It won't go anywhere. Let me pause this, or at least put it on mute. Watching the Mariners-Tigers game. And a couple of minutes ago, Cal Raleigh came to the plate. He's the catcher for the Seattle Mariners. He had 60 home runs this season. And I was just thinking back how it's crazy how 60 home runs used to be a huge deal. I mean, it still is kind of a big deal, but it used to mean so much. Like back when Mark McGwire was trying to beat Roger Maris's 61 home run season, the press covered every single game. Like, it was a huge deal because it was something that had not been broken or had been set like in 30 years. But now in baseball, if you hit like 50 home runs, you're a slugger. You know, it's not really that much, it's not that big of a deal anymore, but it should be. Like, it's crazy. But anyway, that's 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 the deal with these super athletes nowadays, where they're pretty much like born and bred to be superheroes. But to me, 60 home runs is still a big deal. But to Major League Baseball, not really. It's a lot. Anyway, that's all. On another sports-related topic, LeBron James. This morning, I kind of fell for his tease of a decision. Now, I don't really follow basketball. I really don't care. I'm not much of a LeBron fan. I really don't know much about him, other than the fact that he has all these scoring records because he's been in the league for 22 or 23 seasons, something like that, which is crazy in and of itself. But speaking of like the super athlete, he's a guy who is up there because he takes care of his body like a machine. But anyway, I fell for his whole decision thing, thinking that he probably was going to announce his retirement. And if you follow sports, you already know that he didn't. Spoiler alert. Instead, he was basically just promoting his endorsement with Hennessy. But I figured, all right, so I'm an idiot because I fell for it. But I'm going to learn something from this, however trivial it may be. And so I finally looked up what V.S.O.P means on the bottle of Hennessy. And it stands for Very Superior Old Pale, which denotes the color of the cognac. I think Hennessy is cognac. But anyway, that's what I learned, and so did you, hopefully. V.S.O.P on a bottle of cognac, because Hennessy isn't the only one that puts V.S.O.P on the bottles. Stands for Very Superior Old Pale. You're welcome. See, now I don't feel like that much of an idiot. P.S. Don't mind the hair. Look at that. I've got wings. My head has got wings. As I stand here creepily in the dark, on behalf of my crazy looking hair and Gogo, who's over here right behind me, I think I've tortured you enough. Hold on, let me get half silhouette, or half shadow, half light. I think I've tortured you enough. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And I will be back to to chat with you again tomorrow. Peace.